I'm Catherine. Over the last 5 years, I've been on a journey to craft my dream business, pursuing a career in art and illustration. We've just taken the next biggest step in our journey, purchasing a new studio. It's taken a while to arrange and organise, but we're slowly getting there, and today I want to give you a studio tour of the new space so we can document this crazy adventure together. So here we are, stood by the front door of my new studio, and I'm going to just kind of make my way around the room and kind of show you the setup. I haven't hoovered and I haven't really tidied any of the desk space or anything, so you'll please have to excuse it, but this is normally what it looks like, especially during a working day. There's normally stuff spread out all over the table. This is kind of subject to change around as well because we've just moved in. We're definitely planning on shifting things and finding positions that'll be a little bit better as we get into kind of the flow of it. But first of all, I'm going to start with our little kitchen area, which I think is so cute. So pretty much everything here is from Ikea. I have a water tank over here so that we don't have to walk through the communal areas to go to the little kitchen. And we've also got our cute mugs and everything, and a cup over there that needs washing. I got this little wicker basket. I literally don't even know what to use it for at the moment. Dirty dishes go in there, and then we take it to the kitchen and clean it up. And then we've also got some glasses for juice and water and things like that. And then these little cork Ikea coasters. Underneath here, we literally just have drawers full of coffee and salad cream, salt and pepper for our lunch, some more mugs and some like noodles, green tea, beans and extra cups of tea. Now we are actually planning on getting a microwave and a fridge in this area so we can cook warm meals in the winter. At the moment it's summer, so it's pretty hot and we're not really in the mood for warm food, but we're hoping we can kind of put a microwave in this area here where the water jug is, and yeah, it'll be like a little mini kitchen area. Moving on to our workbench desk space, we painted the back wall dusky pink. Pretty much every studio I've had a pink wall apart from my bedroom. So over here we've got our UK press heat press, then we've got our paper cutter over here, and then we've got our mug press. So over on this bench we do all of our sublimation printing for our products. We don't actually sell mugs on Katnipp, but we do sell mugs on our second business, BABYBLUU, so that's what the mug press is for. And we just have a lot more area to kind of maneuver around in, which is actually really handy. Then underneath the desk we just have all the storage for things that we would need to use on the heat presses, so it's all in like a really accessible spot. So we can just go down here, put it on the bench and then do our things. I would personally prefer it to all be hidden in cupboards, but to be honest, it is a lot more productive not having to open and close the cupboards all the time. So moving around over here, we've got Dean and Mike's desk. This is a super old Mac that we actually have rigged up to our brother label printer for shipping. And we also now have a Samsung printer, which is a really old printer that I had. It's like a mono printer. It literally costs about £40. And we now print out dispatch notes. It means that they don't miss anything out the orders. This is the main Mac. It's a 27-inch iMac. It's pretty old now. And to be honest, I don't use it anymore because Dean or Mike or Emily are always on it and they use it to access all the files and do a lot of printing. In between the Macs we've got the papers and we've also got the stickers. So we have our stickers in these like organisers. This was actually a tip off one of our lovely followers and it's worked out really well. So what we do is we put our sticker code on the end of our Etsy products, and we also have the sticker code on these little tabs here, and then it makes it really easy because we've got hundreds of stickers available in the store. Really easy to kind of flick through them and pick them out. Moving over from the main Mac, we have our 3 printers. Now these are absolute workhorses, but I don't know if you noticed, this is a different printer from what you've probably seen in a lot of our studio vlogs. We use this Eco Tank as a sublimation printer. Sublimation printers, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a whole video on that. It's basically different ink so it can transfer using a sublimation method, turns into a gas under heat and pressure and transfers onto surfaces which are suitable for sublimation. So you get some ET2750. Below we've got the Epson ET7700. We are having a bit of issues with this at the moment, and I did do a video of me unboxing and trying this out. This has been an absolute workhorse and does most of our stickers, and it's absolutely fantastic because it's really cost effective with inks. The printer itself costs a little bit more, but in terms of printing per sheet, it's very, very cost effective. Then at the bottom here, we've got the Epson XP960. This has been with me for the longest time. This has been with me for about three years now. And I print all my art prints on here because the dots per inch are fantastic and the print quality is really exceptional. So moving on from the printers, we then have the shelving unit, which has all of our Cricuts on. So before in my old studio, I had them all laid out, and we bought some new Cricuts to be able to cut a lot more at the same time. A lot of people said, Catherine, why don't you outsource it now that you print so many? But truth be told, I really like the efficiency, and I really like that I could just knock up a product and print it out within the same day, and then I've got a brand new batch of stickers and a new item. I like how fast it is being able to manufacture them myself, and this is a godsend because it saves so much space and having them spread out. If we had these laid out on the desk, they would pretty much take up that whole bench space over there. So these have been proving really, really useful. Coming up to the window area, we bought this tree plant from Ikea. It's around £35. I love greenery in the studio. I think having a beautiful studio space is really, really inspirational and really helps you keep motivated. Surrounding yourself with something that's inspiring or beautiful, or you have a lovely workspace to work in, it just makes you that little bit more motivated. It has to be like a balance between actual workable space and kind of that nice vibe that I wanted to go for. So I bought this tree from Ikea, and I remember it being in the car thinking, this tree is huge, it's going to take up the whole studio. Then I put it in and it was so small compared to this room because the ceilings are so high. So yeah, it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be, but it adds like a really cute touch. I also have a really cute bauble on there which got sent to me off a lovely viewer, and it was actually a Christmas bauble, but I really like it, so I've kept it up there. These windows kind of work as a little shelf, so hopefully I can get some more plants in there and kind of have loads and loads of plants covering this shelving area. We also have these two tables, super cheap from Ikea, with really cheap stools from Ikea too. This was actually a space because we wanted like a sofa area, I wanted a dining area or something along those lines to be able to have our break and look out at the beautiful view outside. But at the moment it's kind of just cluttered with a load of work stuff like stickers. I've also got some new postcards and some enamel pin backing cards that I need to organise. It's a little bit cluttered at the moment. So this is the corner where I probably work the most in the studio. The issues that I've actually been having here is, although I've got this beautiful shelving space where I can put like my pens and pencils and plants and everything, and I also have like a little wax melt that I purchased off Etsy, it's very bright, and when I'm sat here editing I'm squinting a lot, and it's also making the side of my face really warm, and it's just not really effective. I'm also sat directly underneath the air conditioning unit. You can probably hear it, it's super loud. And then I also like the way it's kind of like an L shape because I can utilize this space over here, but to be honest it's just not working at the moment because of the light, and yeah, it's a bit ineffective. In the winter it might be a little bit better, but at the moment it's not working. Moving on from our desk space over there, we then put up these shelves, which you probably recognise because they were in my old studio. We put these back up and we keep our sticker packs and our die cut stickers on here at the moment, and we've just got some of my favourite books and some little crochet animals that got made up for me, one of my peach characters and also two pudding ones. It just makes the room look a little bit nice, and I like the way it looks, so yeah. And then we've got a plant that has been bleached because this was by the window and it was way too bright for it, so we're trying to save it at the moment because it's kind of dying. And we've got drawers with sellotapes and papers that at the moment we don't really use, or we have as backups for when our sellotapes, paper, etc. runs out. So next to it is my enamel pin storage. This is fantastic, it has changed the game. These actually used to be in the drawers that you've just seen next to me, but this is so great. We've got these cardboard bins off Zorro, and all of this idea came from my good friend Lindsay at Nutmeg and Aloe, and she had them in plastic bins, but then I found these card bins which are super handy because it means I can push in the enamel pins at the front, so we know exactly what enamel pin is where, and it's really easy to see and just grab them out. We put the backing cards at the front and the enamel pins at the back, and we also have some of our stationery pads up here. Then we have this huge shelving unit, again from Ikea, with these clicky tables in. We've got some more stationery pads, and this is just basically where we store things like mounts for prints. We have our washi tapes here, we have some decals, we have some coasters. They use a very similar system like our stickers, and we have some papers, some envelopes, and just some miscellaneous bits and bobs. And we also have like the leftover thank you cards, so when we run out of stock we put them in the middle center table, which is what I'm going to show you. We also have our packing tape and all bits and bobs, and we've got spare inks for all our printers. So what I tend to do typically is when a printer runs out of ink, I will have a backup and I'll replace it, and as soon as that has been replaced I'll order a new one. So I always have a backup of inks. It's super handy because I have been caught out a few times where I haven't had the inks and we've had to delay product, and every time you replace an ink you just purchase a new one. Super handy and a lot more efficient for us, because then it means our customers' orders go out straight away. So over here is where the magic happens. It's where all the packaging and everything happens. So I just have 2 Ikea tables pushed together using the trestle leg system. So you buy the legs separately in the tabletop and you just drill them in. Again, I got this idea off Lindsay because she had this ingenious idea where she bought these cheap Ikea curtain poles, but they fit perfectly in these large table slots and in the trestle slots, which means we can put things like stickers, customs labels, tissue paper and bubble wrap in them and kind of use them as a reel, which is such a good use of storage and really has changed the game. I absolutely love that. We also have a big bin here. Now we got this idea from next door, Daisy and Bums. They are also an illustration business, and it's basically a bottle skip, and it's super handy because down here they have commercial waste and they also have commercial recycling. So in the center of the desk here we have just sellotapes, all different sellotapes. We've got paper tapes and some nice frosted tape, which is really nice for gift wrapping. We also have this little greeting card stand which I had at a convention. We put the thank you cards in here, we put some envelopes that we currently use. We also have cellophane down on the table just to make everything really accessible for when we're packaging orders. Underneath these tables we just have all our boxes, shipping boxes, mug boxes and everything that we need to ship out some items. Over at this side we just have this Ikea pin board system, which was in our old studio, and we drilled it into the side of this. We use mugs that are misprints from BABYBLUU as little pen holders. So we have these little shells from Ikea and these little hooks that we kind of put everything on. So here you can see labels like return labels that we use, pin display labels, BABYBLUU labels over here. Last but not least, we've got this new addition, which is a greeting card stand. It's actually a commercial stand meant to be used in shops, but it's super handy. So we've got greeting cards in here, we've got our postcards, and we also have our new bookmarks in here as well. And I created these little cardboard ledges. I was so buzzing when I did this. I thought I was so clever when I did it because we had nowhere to store these bookmarks, and then I just put this in so that they didn't fall from the underneath of this. We've actually ordered a second one of this because we've got a lot more postcards now and we're pretty much filling this up. It's also going to be super handy because me and Dean want to start doing conventions. Obviously when everything blows over and we're able to, we want to do conventions next year. So it's going to be really handy to be able to take one of these to a convention and put our products on so that customers can kind of just flick through them and see what they want. So that's it so far. We've moved in, we've kind of been working in it, and it's been working out great apart from our desk so far. I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you want to follow along on our business journey and see kind of what we get up to behind the scenes, don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. Thank you so freaking much for watching. It really does mean the world, and a super big shout out to my beautiful patrons, because without them I really wouldn't be able to do any of this. So thank you so much. I'll see you all very freaking soon. Alright then, thanks so much for watching. I love you. Goodbye.